Welcome back to your video. In today's video, we're going to be playing skylines. In today's video, we're going to be doing a speed build of a new residential area. We're going to fix up the traffic in the industrial area. And last but not least, which is, I would say, this university that we're making, I would say is definitely the main part of the episode. Which, I want to do all the universities on this map. Or all the 3 types. So, well, we had to put them somewhere, so I'm, placing this one in. And, first we start off with our new residential area. So, this is high density residential, and then, just place down the pedestrian street here just to fill in this gap. So this way we could use it as much as possible, and then also we get some nice waterfront stuff. And then just put in low density commercial. And then I just took our pedestrian zone, put it on over to there, and then I just had that, so this way I didn't need to make a whole entire new zone for it. And then, that got to work with that, and then, I went through, and I, changed up this, because I wanted to make it the trees, just to make it feel a whole lot nicer, and more friendly, I guess, you would want to say. And then, I just built pipes across it, and, that was pretty much it. And then I did just expand our, high-rise zone, or I cleaned it up along the edges, and I brought it onto this building. And then I made this residential area its own zone. And then, I did just clean that up, just because obviously I went over, just because I did basically one big old brush stroke. And then, I placed down the final stop on the pink metro line, and then I was able to change it up to to where it's 2 loops, one going clockwise and the other going counterclockwise. And I put this part of the pedestrian zone because I made it pedestrian street, obviously. And then I just built that so this way we could get some nice public transit coming into here, and then I built this huge curve going into its very beginning stop, and then I just went through the whole entire pink line, deleted any stops that were double, and I made it to where the pink line was the one going clockwise, and then what will be the green line went counterclockwise. So they'll just run together, and they'll follow the same exact route, and then this will just hopefully allow for better transit in our city. And that's kind of it with that. And then then after this I do get to work on fixing up our traffic in the industrial area. Invincible. Just after adding in some side streets to this area here, and then these I zone in with more residential, and then I later put in some commercial zoned areas along, and then just put commercial all behind the Central Park area. And then also I did throw in some offices down in our high-rise district, just in this way, then we had some more high-rise buildings in there instead of it being commercial, and because we need industrial. But now we come down here to our increasing the traffic, or traffic getting across. As you can see, there's very long lines that get across because of all the trains going across there. The pretty much the crossing gates are pretty much always down, so you can pretty much never get across, and so it's just creating horrible traffic. And so I ended up just getting rid of the crossing gates in general, so this way everyone was detoured to using that. And then threw down some post offices around because we kind of were lacking those. And then I did that side, and then I came along to the other side after I made that a 4-way road, or a 4-lane road. Then I came over here. This has pretty much the same exact problem, And so then I just brought it over to here, and I did pretty much the same thing. And then to reduce traffic going along the side street, I just changed it around to where instead of the cars going onto there, I made it to where there was a curve and then the road went down into there. And I just need to make sure, obviously, that road could go under there, just for later expansion to this area. And then because we still need some industrial area, I decided to end up just placing down some new industrial parks. So I just made squares, zoned it all as industrial, and then just kind of just let it build up, just having whatever. Because, well, now I had more variety in buildings, and, well, I kind of didn't care what they looked like. And then for places like there, I just placed a road nearby. And so I believe I did 3. And then I went back, deleted some of the buildings that got abandoned, some that weren't the ones I wanted in there. And, well, eventually we became done after I put in some pipe work. And then along the waterfront, just to hide this big ugly industrial area from our citizens, I just put a whole lot of offices, and my hope is that these will grow really tall, just to hide the fact that there's just industries right nearby. And then I just expanded this main road to where it went into here, and so that pretty much ended that off. And then I never really liked this junction here, but just because I wanted a connection to this main road, I put it there, and then I also put in a connection up into the bridge. And so after mingling with it for a bit, I eventually got a connection for where I wanted it and how I wanted it. And, well, it all worked out in the end. And I did just have to make a couple nodes, and then I made some pieces. Made it to where everything looked good until I got that. And it was a perfect ramp going down a consistent angle with a nice curve in it. And then I did just make these 6-lane roads just to get that extra through traffic, then a 4-lane road going along there. But then I ended up changing my mind and putting these back to 4-lane roads. And then, for planning out where I was going to put this campus, I just needed to find a flat ground. And over here wasn't exactly the place for it. They just deleted some of the buildings so I could have a parking lot, and then I came over here. Did that the same over here. And then, well, then there was a bit of a death problem, so I just placed down some crematoriums and some power for them. And so they'll deal with the death problem. And then our residential expanded areas are an inset zone. There, so this way they're all one huge district. And then when I finally decided where I was going to put the new campus, it was over here. So I just built a connection crossing, a natural real connection, not the one that I had before coming off this makeshift highway that I have here, just to move traffic around quicker without needing to go directly through the city. So I pretty much just made a connection going off, and then I connected up into the highway just to make sure everyone could get around. And if they wanted to get off here, well, then they could get off there. And then I had a part that came off there where I'll end up put in the campus, and I did just make that a 4-lane road, just for extra throughput. And then, just because there was only one building I could fit back here, and also it kind of made sense to put them behind the building, just in this way that looked nice from the front. And also that's where like garbage stuff would come out. I put the maintenance buildings there, and then I kind of just threw that in a couple buildings. And then I just placed down something to bring power, the earthquake centers, bring power across. But they ended up not doing that, so I did just have to put one underwater, which, even if it does get destroyed, it still actually will bring power across. So that's the trick that I learned from the island series, but we're reutilizing it here to get power across the water, which I should probably do that in some other places, just in this way we don't need to have power lines everywhere. And then, well, I put that in, and then, well, we kind of need dorms for a campus, even though, well, you do get just some some dorm space from the main building. You kind of need them, so we ended up needing to get rid of this highway overpass again, just to then, well, replace it later. And then I did try to place in some more dorms here, and that, well, not necessarily dorms, but I tried that, and then I remembered that we still had one building that we had to place in, and that was this one, the study hall. And then, well, then I just placed down this paths all around, and then I did just do the trick with the normal concrete path in that one. And then I just put more dorms along the road, and then just to measure out where I would need to put dorms, I just placed down a nice little dorm there that was just free there, and while it wasn't on the path, I placed a path behind it. And then, just because I forgot that we unlocked these like support buildings here, or bonus buildings, right away, I placed it in there across the street. And so this campus is going to be fairly big. It's the trade school one, so yeah. But that'll be it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed, and here's the final product. And if you have enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye!